Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, today we have come to talk about minor disorders in pregnancy. Many of our clients out there who get pregnant, more so the prime gravida, women who it's their first time to get pregnant. My name is Solomon. He is Morris. We are both nurses, and we are here to extend personal information that might be helpful to you, whoever who views our clips out there who might need this information. So we can start off. Minor disorders in pregnancy, they happen to everyone. They occur because when you get pregnant, the body has to contain the baby, and the baby hasn't been there. We actually call it fetus. It's not yet a baby. So what actually happens in these times? First of all, you get hormonal changes because the baby or the fetus is perceived as a foreign body in your body. So these hormonal changes, they are hormones that increase their levels to be able to contain this baby. To be actually more accurate, is that some of these hormones actually suppress your immunity, such that your immunity doesn't fight this baby. So but the increment of the levels of these hormones causes other effects that manifest through other, what we call minor disorders during pregnancy. For example, people can get pica, that is getting interested in certain things you didn't want. People can vomit, nausea, and very many others. But we are going to talk about everything. It's quite a longer kind of topic, so we shall be breaking it into episodes. So today we are going to handle a certain episode that we are going to unveil anytime from now. So we want to give certain facts about these minor disorders. Morris, yes, you are aware that our ladies out there, at least 50% go through or get these disorders. Everyone get, but in particular, we can talk about nausea and vomiting. 50% of the ladies get both of them. 25% get only nausea, and 25% don't get. So if you have ever got, or if you're planning to get pregnant, this might happen to you. So this is what we got to say about how you can manage it. How can you manage nausea and vomiting?
They are not so harmful, but usually occur.
We don't have to actually take them for granted, because they can escalate to life-threatening conditions. So that is actually why we are here. If they were not actually
manage them well,
if there wasn't a possibility of them going beyond limits, we wouldn't actually be here. So we are here today. We are going to handle nausea and vomiting. How do you have to manage it? Morris, here, you are aware that we encourage our women there out. When you notice that you're pregnant, you have to come for antenatal care to the health facility.
True. No, that's a must.
That's a must.
Because when you get pregnant, one of the first things to think about is antenatal. Okay. Antenatal checkup.
Yeah. Because you become very vulnerable. You become very fragile. You become very delicate.
True.
So we urge you and call upon you to come to the health facility for your antenatal visits. In most cases, we actually talk about the things when you come. But if you are there and you want to pre-hear about them, this platform is here available for you to hear about the things. So, Morris, here we want to help someone out there to deal with this nausea and vomiting. let's start from there.
Nausea and vomiting actually is a major concern to most of us with pregnant women. Pregnant women usually face that challenge during the early trimester. The early trimester, I mean the first 3 months, even at the beginning of pregnancy. So long as you realize yourself that you are pregnant, one of the first concern is vomiting or nausea. We call it morning sickness. It usually occurs during the morning time. You are waking up, you see yourself starting to vomit anyhow. Basically, that is a concern which you should know that it is not a problem, but it is one of the minor disorder. It is just minor, it is not major, but you should learn how to deal with it. So when you get such a problem, we encourage you to change your diets, the dietary changes, because anything you smell about will force you to vomit. Anything you feel, it is just influenced by your hormones in your body.
Definitely.
The hormones, those are chemicals that regulate your body mechanisms or your body processes. Most especially in ladies, your pregnancy is controlled by hormones. Most especially, it is predicted that HCG, HCG is a confirmatory hormone for pregnancy. When you are pregnant, we tell you that you go for HCG. HCG, it is also a contributing factor when it is there in your body or in your blood.
It's a contributing factor to nausea and vomiting.
It is the way how it acts on your intestine. Let me simplify it. We call it GIT, but your intestine, especially near the stomach, it has some relaxing effect. Even progesterone, you have a lot of hormonal changes that occurs in your body, and those hormonal changes, they are the one contributing to to nausea and vomiting. Since they are there in large amount during pregnancy time, you are going to vomit, but not really that you will be vomiting, because when you vomit excessively, here we are seeing that when it is continuous, it has failed to heal, because when you vomit excessively, you are going to suffer from dehydration.
Definitely.
You are going to lose body fluids. Your skin, your body become dehydrated.
Definitely.
You know the definition of dehydration, just loss of water in your body.
So we actually get concerned when someone vomits. So that is why we have to manage it. Because when you vomit, it will cause some other conditions, like for example he has just mentioned dehydration, because you are losing much water. You get electrolyte imbalance because you are losing the acidity in the vomiters. You will get many concerns, but what do you have to do? Like you mentioned earlier, change your diet. Like you can leave things like that you don't feel comfortable with. You can go for only those ones that you feel comfortable with. In many cases when sugars, at times when in many cases sugars can, or sugar kind of can trigger off this this vomiting and nausea. You can avoid greasy, spicy, greasy foods, fried foods, unless if you actually feel like you want it for sure. But if you feel anything like you don't want it, well, don't eat it, because you will vomit it out. So in most cases, for example, if because we advise you, because when you are going through this period, you take much water, because it is that water that will help you to hydrate your body. Because when you can't tell when you are going to vomit. When you vomit, you have to replace that water. So how do you go to do it? You can just take small bit, sip a little, but many times, such that don't take it all at once, because when you take it all at once, it triggers off the processes of nausea and vomiting. So take a little bit, and then foods, when you're taking a meal, do the same. Eat little at a time, and then go back and eat little. go back and eat little, like that. So you can change your behavior, you can change your diet. However, we want to reassure you that when it goes beyond, when you come at the health facility, we shall assess you, and we may opt to give you some medication that can avoid or prevent the nausea and vomiting. So what you're going to do is that if you try out all those that we have listed above and they actually not working for you, run to the hospital and we shall have you on medication. We shall get you prescriptions, and then you shall have to be on medication.
We also advise you not to to take the medication which you always find there at the streets
and in the shop.
In the shops. Because this medication is discouraged during pregnancy. Most of the medications, you may find that you are taking this medication, you know that it stops vomiting, but most of the drugs, they don't actually.
At times they are contrary and contraindicating to your pregnancy. They can lead to losing your baby, or what you call malformations, miscarriages.
You give birth to a baby, you minus a high.
So you make sure that every drug that you take during your pregnancy state, it is prescribed, because it's us to identify which drug that is not contraindicative to your pregnancy. We get you a prescription, you take it. So I think we have been helpful, Maurice, there. So we want to thank our viewers for viewing us. Don't forget to subscribe. First of all, share with a friend if you don't need it, but you subscribing to our channel helps our channel to extend to more population that may need this information. So don't hesitate to subscribe. Don't only watch, subscribe. And then in particular to this minor disorders of pregnancy, we are going to give more. We are going to talk about every other minor disorders.
Nausea is a major concern.
But
there are others.
But remember one thing: they are multi-system. So every system is affected in its way. So we shall talk about it. We said earlier that they happen because one, there is hormonal changes when you get pregnant, accommodation changes, like where is the body going to put your baby, how is it going to provide your baby with blood, with oxygen, all that.
Basically
posture, we talked about posture, accommodation, then metabolism, the rate of metabolic rate, because it has to double such that it can handle the nutritional need of you, the mother or the woman who is pregnant, and that of the fetus, of the growing fetus. So thank you for watching us. You are doing a very great job for yourself and for us, and then for other people who will find this video. Share with them.
We encourage you to keep with us, because we are giving more tips. We are giving more tips on health. We are giving education. We are necessary ask us questions, because on our line we usually there is a comment where you can
put your
comment,
your concern.
you can ask a question that if you have not understood the way how we can do this, but you can simply write it down there in a comment on our YouTube channel. We shall be able to give you answers instantly, because for us we are interested in promoting your health
and then giving out this information,
stability,
value someone out there,
individuals there in the world, including our Ugandans.
So find us on YouTube. The name is BSCN Nas Solomon Mpanga. The same name is the one that we use on Facebook. So on Facebook you can send in your message. On YouTube you can send in a comment. We shall read it. We shall read your message and attend to you. Thank you so much. We are out.